I recently started a journey, painting my entire Aeldari army. And in this mountain of plastic there were the two hardest boxes to paint for an Aeldari player. The Shining Spears. It's the only warrior aspect entirely white. And if it was not enough, it's a warrior aspect that GW didn't give decals for. So if I want my Shining Spears to look cool, like this, I have to make blue freehand on a completely white mini. White is the worst color to paint. It clogs the airbrush every minute. If you touch it with dirty hands, it becomes dirty. And on that hard color to paint, I have to make blue freehand. This video is going to be hard and full of brush control. Unlike what I typically do, I'm going to start this video at the assembly step, which is key to paint these minis properly. So this is what I have. So this is my bike. I didn't glue this part because this area is in black and this too. So if I had glued this part on the Mini, this area would have been hard to do. Obviously this part is separated from this part because of this black area. I also separated this little part in blue from this big part in white. This little part should be in metal, so I didn't glue it. This way it's easier to paint, obviously. This star lance is almost entirely in black, and on this part I have to do a freehand in blue, so I separated it. The pilot obviously interferes with this black area, so I didn't do it. And it fits perfectly because they had the good idea to put the hand here and not on his arm. It was a little bit tricky, but I managed to do it very good. The head, obviously, which is in blue on a white body, is apart. And the shuriken cannon is apart because this little part is in black. And if I had it glued like this, it would be really hard to paint. So obviously, separate parts. And that's just for one bike. I have 6 of them, and it took me 45 minutes to build just this one. Great! I'm going to build the 5 other ones, and then we can move on to the primer. For you, it just... For me, it's a little bit longer. I put 2 bikes in each boxes. This way I don't lose any parts of this type of bikes and any parts of this type of bikes extra. Now I'm gonna undercoat them, and I will undercoat them in black. Why black even though they are gonna be white? First, by habit. 2, I don't have white primer. And 3, the first base coat is gonna be Celestra Grey, which is the perfect base coat for white, in my opinion. So this way, this Celestra Grey will be a little bit darker than a Celestra Grey on a white primer. So that the contrast between the shadows and the light will be greater, I think. I hope. So let's undercoat them in black. Finally, I finished all the white with the airbrush, which was really annoying. The white is always annoying with a brush or an airbrush. The airbrush clogged every 2 seconds. If you dilute it too much, you have some splosh. If you don't dilute enough, you have some dots. Really tricky color to paint. But it's done. So now I can move on to the other colors with the brush. Now the hardest parts begin. I have to paint the other colors with the brush, as I said. But if I overflow anywhere, I have to start over. Because I can't redo the white like this with a brush. I need to airbrush it to have this particular white. No pressure, I just have to paint everything without any mistake. I'm usually a fast painter, but today I'm gonna take my time. Slowly. Let's go. Slowly. Carefully. All the base coats are done. Sadly, in the process I broke a lens. But I'm lucky because in this box there are more than just 2 spears, so I can replace it easily. Maybe I will try to glue it again, but I'm not hopeful, we will see. It's now time to move on to the highlights, and the black highlight with the airbrush should be the hardest to do, because I want to make it with the airbrush and there's a white arm just behind the lens. I will try to mask it with a putty, and I hope it will work. On the X-Arc lens it's way harder because we have 2 parts in white, plus the veneer. I don't know if I'm going to try to highlight it with the airbrush or the brush. I need to think about it. When this step will be done, it's going to be time for the hardest part of the video, the freehand on this part of the mini, just like that, because GW didn't put decals like that in the decals. So I need to do it with freehand. I don't want to have a full white bike without something on it, alongside my red bikes with cool decals. I don't know if I got a bad kit or whatever, but when I removed the paste, 2 pieces were broke. On this lens the hand and the arm have broken, and here is the lens itself who has broken. The crazy thing is that I have 6 lenses and 3 of them have broken. Every time just one in a group of two. I do think that I had a bad kit. It's the first time it happened to me. I don't know why, but it's annoying. I finished all the colors for the bikes, so it means that it's time for the hardest part of the video. I have to make the biggest freehands on 6 hoods. It's going to be tough. Then for the exarchs, I have to make 2 freehands on the banniers, these little things here, and 2 bike back banniers just here on the 2 exarchs bike. I'm going to start with the easy freehand on these parts and these parts, and when I'm warmed up, I'm going to try to do the hood freehand. Wish me luck! Okay, my first attempt is a failure. In fact, half a failure. As you can see on the images, I did a quite good right side. But I don't know why, maybe an excess of confidence, but I completely missed the left side of the bike. So I'm going to try to fix it as I can, which consists in rebase in Celestial Grey the side and then re-highlight as much as I can. I don't know if it's going to be completely disaster or good, but I don't have any choice. I will not continue with this dirty thing. I rescued it! Woof! Just 5 more to go! It's just about patience and cleanliness, which the first everybody can have, and the second, yes. Maybe you need to work on it. Finally, all the freehands are done! Despite what I thought, the freehands on the little barniers were very harder than the freehands on the hoods. And honestly, I'm not happy with what I did. But don't forget that the Aeldari project is an army to play with, not an army to display. So on the battlefield, you won't see that it's not so much well painted. Let me show you an example. Can you see it? No? That's what I thought too! So I think we're good. There's just one step left that I completely forgot, the gold. So I'm gonna paint the gold and then they will be finished. I finally finished the gold! And now it's time to glue them. I'm a little bit afraid, because I already broke 3 parts of 3 minis, so I need to be careful. In order to not ruin the paint job, I'm gonna use super glue. Let's glue them and then big reveal! And here is my entire Aeldari army painted for now. I'm happy to see another color than red on this table. So we have red, blue, and white. And now my Aeldari army is worth 3035 points. Which is cool because we reached the 3k points. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, bye!